To be a furry or not to be a furry? That is the question. But what exactly is a furry, and how do you know if you are one? Hey everyone, I'm Soren, and today we're gonna be figuring out what exactly makes someone a furry. Well, a furry, by definition, is someone who considers themselves as a member of the furry fandom. A shared trait among furries is the love and admiration of anthropomorphic animal characters. It's just like how the group of people who share a common interest in Star Trek are known as Trekkies. Being a furry is considered as a hobby, where people use the fandom as a place to appreciate anthro-animal characters while meeting people with a similar interest. Calling yourself a furry helps some people feel like they're part of a community, and sometimes consider it as a part of their identity. It's a nice way to have a sense of belonging, which can be a big help sometimes. However, merely liking or having an interest in anthro-animal characters does not make you a furry. Sure, it's a primary feature for people who consider themselves furries, but that doesn't mean that everyone who likes anthro-animal characters is automatically a furry. There are plenty of fans of other media that features these kinds of characters, but you wouldn't call these people furries. Now, that doesn't mean they can't be furries, but you shouldn't assume that they are. Just because someone uses an animal character as their profile picture, or they really like drawing animal characters, doesn't mean that they're a furry. Some people would argue that any level of interest in anthro-animals makes someone a furry, but that would mean that everyone who watched Disney growing up is a furry. And I hate to be pessimistic here, but I really doubt we have that many people in the fandom. The real answer is honestly pretty simple. Since the only requirement for being a furry is wanting to be in the furry fandom, it's a form of self-identification, and only you get to decide if you're a furry or not. So you don't have to call it deny being a furry. You can enjoy whatever media the fandom produces and not consider yourself a furry. You know, it's not like there's a scientific formula to make people into furries. You're free to come and go into the fandom as much as you please. But more specifically, you're free to choose how much of your time goes into the fandom. There are plenty of people who take this hobby much further and begin to treat it as a lifestyle. Furry lifestylists eat, sleep, and breathe the fandom. These are the types of people you may see going to nearly every convention, rooming and living with other furries, or possibly even have their career revolve around the fandom. But someone who treats the fandom as a hobby is not less than anyone who treats it like a lifestyle. You can spend as little time as you want being involved in the fandom, and still consider yourself a furry just fine. You're not inferior in any way, and you're just as valid as any other furry. You might just have a super busy schedule, and boy do I know the feeling. We're all equally furry, no matter how you treat being in the fandom. So I guess a better way to ask this question is, how involved are you in the furry fandom? Other people just invest more time and energy in the fandom than the others. These are the kind of people who contribute many things to the fandom, like sharing their talents as an artist or a fursuit maker. Without these people, the fandom wouldn't be as lively as it is today. How much time would you say that you put into the furry fandom? Let me know down in the comments. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, see ya!